Yeah, I like that.
Well, I had a chance this weekend to talk to some of the scouts. They had their National Jubilee, and a lot of operators were out there helping the scouts, get kind of introduced to ham radio. And boy, it was a great time, and I had a chance to talk to some of the scouts, and I mentioned that to them a couple of times, and you could tell they had to pause and kind of think about it for a second, but it really does kind of make sense. And we were trying to get into a group in Tennessee, but we just didn't have the propagation for those folks in Tennessee. We worked a couple other groups, a group up in Iowa, and I think there was out in Colorado, down in Arizona as well. Had a really great time, and, there's a good opportunity that, hey, maybe we'll have some future operators here on ham radio.
Right. Do they have a merit badge for ham radio directly, or is it linked to electronics or something like that?
Yeah, my understanding, they still have the merit badge. We were talking about it, kind of the build-up. We talked with this operator in Tennessee a week ago Monday, and he checked in with us, and he started telling us about it and told me we were trying to help promote it a little bit. And then it wasn't too long later, I talked with a station in Nevada, and he said, yes. He says, as a matter of fact, my son got his merit badge, radio merit badge, and is still an operator today. So that's really encouraging, and it's really nice to see it. Kids nowadays, they got to have that mobile device in their hand and what have you. But you know what? That mobile device can also, get you tied into amateur radio. And what we were doing, and we did it a couple of times for the kids, we were actually live streaming. They could actually go back later and listen to themselves. We put our radio screen up on the channel as well, and they could go back and take a look at that. And we did have some comments. I had some of the kids that wrote back into me and just thought that was the greatest thing since sliced bread. Didn't realize that was possible. They just thought, the ham radio was these old CB things, and you just said hi, and that was it. They didn't realize you could use all this other technology as well. So, again, if it gets them thinking about it, and maybe we get a couple operators, I think it's a great thing.
I think back when I was 11 years old, a couple of boys was out on the playground with a cigar box and a headphone. They went and listened to it, and it was playing music. I went home, told my dad that there were some boys out there that had a cigar box, and it was playing music. He said, yeah, it's crystal radio. I said, I got to have one.
Oh, that's a great story. That really is. Hey, good for you. Well, I grew up in the CB craze of the 70s, and, I think for Christmas one year, my folks got me an old Sears 23-channel Sears Road Talker. It was a base station mobile, and it just kind of took off from there. And over the years, you name the rig, I probably owned it, had two of them, and same with the antennas. And I used to sit here at the QTH with a friend of mine 5 or 6 miles away on 11 meters at night. We'd just be rag chewing, and he mentioned one time he was interested in getting his ham license and wanted to know if I would help him study. And I said, surely I would help him do that, no problem. Well, I didn't realize while I was helping him study was helping me study. So we both went and took our tests, and we both got our ticket the same day, and we just been moving in forward ever since. Here, Roger.
When you're having problems with something, if you share it with someone else, even if they don't know anything about it, it seems to open the window shade, and you get a better picture of what you've been having trouble with.
Well, it's about right. It's just a matter of, kind of educating people. Again, I think a lot of folks think this is just a glorified CB, and they don't want to hear that noise with the truckers and all that kind of stuff. Well, that's not necessarily the case, of course. And, we know that. We understand the complexities. We understand all the things that's entailed, that's things you can do with amateur radio. And I think a lot of education, getting the word out there, can really change a lot of minds. And it's nice to see now that the Ham Fest are coming back around again, and I think that's a great opportunity for some people who are maybe thinking about getting into it, inviting those people to Hamfest and get to see what it's all about. And again, I have a hard time seeing any downside there, Roger.
I agree 100%. And I'm glad to see him coming back too. I think Houston created a lot of problems for the tailgaters. Houston. And I don't know if it's come back there yet or not, but yeah, I know what you're saying.
Well, like I said earlier, I mean, there's even stuff that, some of us have been in the hobby for a long time. There's things that we can pick up all the time. And again, that's another thing, Roger, that we like doing this in the evenings. This is not 5/9 QRZ. We don't do 15-minute QSOs. We try to be respectful of everybody's time. And but the thing is, we wanted this to be about you guys, not me. People are sharing information. They have great stories. I think other people can maybe, get something from that. A lot of people are sitting here on the live chat. They're not necessarily wanting to check in, or they're just watching it on YouTube as well. And again, you guys usually have great stories, and people are always willing to share information and experiences about different products and thing. And again, that's one thing I like about amateur radio and 40 meters specifically, that there's just some great operators here on 40 meters here. Go ahead.
I agree. I spend a lot more time listening than I do talking. In fact, this is probably about the most I've talked in a long time. But with that, before we fade out, I'm going to go ahead and clear with you. And I didn't get your talk on, it's a W6, but I didn't get the suffix on it. This is November 5, Uniform Kilo Juliet. We'll be clear on your final.
Okay, Roger, I appreciate it. Yeah, the call here is Kilowatt 0, or Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0 RWB, or red, white, and blue. And we're just on the east side of Kansas City, Missouri. So we're not too far apart. You're just about straight south of me. So I'll certainly take that contact whenever I can get it. We do try to be out here in the evenings here on 40 meters. So if you hear us again down the road, by all means, give us a call, and we'll just kind of pick it up where we left out. Welcome back to the hobby. Again, for what conditions are tonight, you sound good in my receive. When the conditions are good, man, you've been 5'9", a little bit over, so that's the thing that's encouraging. So hope you get your shack set up the way you want. Hey, you're on the air, you're making contact. That's a pretty win-win in my book. So, hey, enjoy the rest of your evening. Say 7-3s. Hope they work you again real soon. November 5, Uniform Kilo Juliet. This is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, 7-3s.
7-3.
Okay, K0 RWB QRZ. Any other stations out there? Come with your call, please. I knew Bob would be out there sometime or another. He must be keeping a track of them. Hey, good evening, Bob. What's going on up there?
Boy, what's going on, Randy? You're on the turn the caller off a bit, over.
Well, I wish I could, but this is all we're getting. We're down in Studio B tonight. We couldn't run off of Studio A, had some things up there, and we couldn't get everything put together in time. So we ran down here to Studio B, so we're only able to put out about 500 down here, so we'll just have to deal with that way it is there, Bob. Go ahead.
Oh, I'm copying. You're fine. No problem. Yeah, I just heard you in there. Thought we'd get in and say hello, over.
Well, I appreciate it. We're a few minutes late because we thought we had everything squared away up there in Studio A, and it didn't work out that way. So we kind of did a U-turn and grabbed a couple of things and ran down here to Studio B, as Todd calls it, and to get everything fired up. So we were about, 10 or 15 minutes, a little bit late, but don't know really the band. We've had 2 back-to-back contacts in Texas, which we don't get too often, I think just because of the orientation of the antenna. But, they're not terribly bad. I'm not sure what the conditions are like per se, but I've got a good copy on you, so I guess so far so good.
Well, yeah. Well, I can hear the Texas station here, too. In fact, he was a little stronger than you were at times there, but whatever. Well, I did get my antenna back to the original position it's supposed to be in. And I think it did help me a bit, over.
Well, that's good. And the boys came out and helped you clean up the apple tree as well?
Oh, yeah, all that's left there is the stump, over.
Well, that's good. Glad to hear it. I'm sure that was a lot of work. And, hopefully maybe you threw the apples out in the field and maybe some birds or somebody else could eat them.
Well, I hauled 5 wheelbarrows of apples out along our fence row for the deer to eat, over.
Well, yeah, I can understand that. Again, I think you mentioned the other day that might have been just a few many worms in or what have you. That's kind of unfortunate, but you know, you can kind of work around those, and they still make very good apple pies in my book. They're good.
Oh, yeah. Well, the wife didn't want to mess with them. But there was a lot of good apples that we put out there, so whatever. Okay, Randy, I'll let you make some more. And, you're not the best tonight, but I was surprised you're hearing me, over.
Well, I've got a little bit of noise, but we've got the digital noise reduction on, Bob, so I'm able to pull you out there, of course. And I mean, who doesn't know that voice? And if somebody doesn't come back to you, boy, there's a problem. So I made sure I do that straight away. I don't want to get you on my bad side.
Well, I'm glad you do. Sure do. So, okay, K0, red, white, and blue. W9RCR. See you later.
Okay, Bob. Sounds good. Nice to hear tonight. Hopefully we'll have better conditions as the week goes on. But hey, we're still able to understand each conversation. That's all you can ask for. Have a good one. Take care. We'll say 7 trees. And I want to say real quick, we got a little announcement here on the chat. I want to know if we could announce the school club roundup is happening this week for some of the youth hams. I know they had a scout jamboree over the weekend, so they said you can get the information on the ARRL website. So those folks that are out and about and on the airwaves, great way to get these young hams really excited about the hobby. So you get a chance, you hear some of the school roundups. We've participated with some of them in the past. Make sure if you hear them, go back to them. Nothing worse than calling CQ and nobody's coming back. I know it's a little hard for them young hams to take. So if you guys get a chance to do that, that's a great thing. So anyway, we'll move on from there. So this is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Any other stations come with your call, please?
K4RCC.
Kilo Bravo 9, go back, golf, pop.
Okay, the first one I heard was, I think it was ending in Radio Charlie Charlie.
Romeo Charlie. This is Jim down in Ocala.
Okay, 5 minutes. And the Golf Bravo station, I heard you as well, so stand by a few. We'll see if we can get you worked in there as well. Okay, November 4, Radio Charlie Charlie, Jim down in Ocala. Is that a Roger?
Roger. Yes, sir. Good to hear you out there again, and just to let you know, I do return calls to those.
Well, I'm glad to hear that. Again, I think it looks like so far the band is up and down, so we'll kind of see what we can get done there. Heard you in there real good, Jim, and all of a sudden dropped out again and came back up. I'm probably doing the same thing on your end there, Roger.
Yes, signal's going up and down, so I'll see if you can get somebody with a better signal than me today. KN4RCC, good luck.
Well, okay, no problem, Jim, and nice to work you again. Looks like we had one back on the 7th here on 40 meters. Hey, you're halfway there. Remember what I said before, 4 contacts in my log. You become a regular. We start throwing confetti and having a big old party, so you're halfway there. But so far, you are the longest contact we've had the evening, 962 miles as a straight line. So right now, you're leading the pack. Thank you, Jim, for giving us a call. I wish the band was in better shape, but we'll see what happens. So take care, my friend, 7-3s. Kilo November 4, Radio Charlie Charlie. We'll say 7-3s. And the other station there a while ago, ending in Golf Bravo, if you're still there, give me your complete call, please. Now, the station there a while ago, ending in Golf Bravo, are you still there? Well, Well, if he is, I didn't hear him, so maybe we'll try again. I hope the band gets a little bit better. Kilowatt Zero Radio, Whiskey Bravo, QRZ, and their stations, please.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Tango Lima.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Tango Lima. Thank you, Rick. That's the best signal so far tonight. I was getting worried.
How you doing, Randy? Been a long time since we chatted.
Yeah, matter of fact, June the 2nd. I guess we're a little over 2. But that's okay. I'm glad to hear this out there this evening. Gosh, I was beginning to wonder if maybe having to move down to Studio B was not a great thing, but boy, you got a great signal.
So what happened to Studio A again?
Well, we had to do some rearranging today with some other equipment, and we thought we were going to have it all completed. We looked at the time; it was about 10 after 7, and I said, "Nope, that's not going to work." So we did a 180, turned around, and ran to Studio B, and made sure everything was plugged in, turned on, and not much different. You know, the screen looks the same. We're running the same radio down here. We're just running a different amplifier. We are tied into all the antennas in both locations, so the only thing is we're just about 200 watts less than what we usually run in Studio A, but I think it's enough to get out tonight.
Yeah, okay. Well, I didn't know something happened again. Golly, the last time we had talked, just before that, I think it was you taking a lightning strike, maybe. I know there for a while it seemed like 120 up or no.
Well, Rick, you better check the VFO there. You something changed and you went really off frequency there. Well, it was a weather, but it wasn't a lightning strike. It was a windstorm that actually pulled one of the limbs on the tree to the north of us that we have a guy wire on. And as the limb went down, it pulled the tower with it. But we were able to get everything up and working in about 3 or 4 days. So we've been dodging the bullets ever since. So I'm hoping we don't have any more weather issues, at least for the rest of the year. There, go ahead.
Yeah, I've had a few bad ones come through here. Luckily, I have been around and was able to pull the plug on everything. So I didn't take any hits, but I had some strikes pretty close to the house, and probably would have done some damage if I hadn't been here to have unplugged it. So I was really happy to not have that problem. So anyway, how you been the last few months? Golly, I didn't realize it had been so long.
Oh, it's just amazing how quickly times have been moving on. Well, we did a portable. We were out in Colorado the last week of July through the first 7 or 8 days of August. We were out in Colorado and ran a portable out there. Had a good old time with that, and came back here to do our thing like we usually do. Did another portable over Labor Day down in south central Missouri in the Ozark region, and had a really, really good time with that. So we've been keeping ourselves busy. Of course, we do some stuff out in the shop. We've got our own little business that we do out in the shop that keeps us busy pretty much during the day, and sometimes a little bit longer than we'd like. It doesn't allow us to get on the air in the evening, so we try to get here as much as we can, but we're not complaining. I'll tell you what, we get up in the morning, and that's a good thing. We get our coffee, do what we got to. We get our food in our belly, and we just keep plugging along, and we were able to get up the next morning and do it all over again.
Well, that's the main thing, by golly, is being able to get up every morning. That's where it all starts, that's for sure. I know how that is. I roll out pretty early. I'm on a med schedule that I have to stay on, so I roll out pretty early every morning, and there's a net on 7.297 that I check into every morning. On the old goat's net. And it's a great bunch of guys. It's one of those things I look forward to start the day with. And the way to start the day out.
No, that's really good. sounds like a lot of fun, no doubt. I was going to say, another one to, a lot of people are checking out my channel, but like I said, a week ago Monday we were doing this, and we had a gentleman call in to us out of Tennessee. His name's Richard, and he told me about what they were trying to do helping the Scouts over the weekend for their jamboree. And unfortunately, propagation didn't work for us on Saturday. We weren't able to make contact with him. But he also told me about their local net they do, a 2-meter net, and they actually do a live stream. And I watched it the other night. And Rick, I'll have to tell you, it was really quite interesting. And if you're an internet guy and you like looking at some of the stuff, give us a chance and go ahead and Google this. It's 415.net, I believe, is what it is. And what a great bunch of guys. And they really had some great information. They were getting operators from quite a distance away. It's a simplex net, so, no repeaters. Quite interesting. I watched it tonight. I did subscribe to their channel as well. And I've been telling a lot of folks, hey, give this thing a look and a listen. I was really excited, and it was very interesting information that people had there, Roger.
Well, it sounds like that would be a fun one to be on, for sure. I was able to help out here not too long ago on our local repeater. One of the guys had the local Boy Scout club out and working on their communications badge. And I was able to talk to them for a little bit and make some contact with them and help them out with that. That was a lot of fun doing that.
Yeah, it really is. I just felt really bad that I wasn't able to contact the group in Tennessee, but we did get a chance to talk to a few Scouts that were up in Iowa. I think we had another one in Colorado and Arizona. And the one in Iowa, we actually live streamed. It's only about 10 minutes long, and we did tell the main operator there that the kids go back and listen to it on the live stream on the YouTube channel, and we've gotten some comments back, and the kids really seem to enjoy it. And I think it's great. It's a lot of fun, and again, I think it's something they probably didn't know that you could put those two together, and maybe maybe we'll get somebody else interested down the road.
Well, you never know, and you talk about that. A very good friend of mine. We used to pal around together and do things together all the time. We worked at the same place. We were on the same operating team together, and we'd go fishing together. And he had a son at the time was about, I want to say 11, 12 years old. And I had gotten into amateur radio at the time, and I did not realize that his son was actually paying attention to what I was doing when I was on the air. And it gave him the amateur radio bug. And again, I did not know this until about a month ago when I was talking to my friend, and we were talking about kids and talking about the old days. And I had made some comment about getting back into amateur radio again after being off the air for a while. And he mentioned, he said, Tim's got his radio license. I said, really? I said, I had no idea. And he said, yeah. He said, you're the one that got him interested in it all those years ago out there on the farm. He said, with your radio station. And that just blew me away. I had no idea that I had contributed to that at all.
Well, that'll make you pretty proud, pretty happy as well. So, I think it's great. I really do. And the younger generation, especially the kids, can be quite impressionable. And you made an impression. And again, I think a lot of it is exposure and education. And I think the more we're able to do that, I think it allows us to bring maybe some new people to the hobby. And to me, I could care less what age. It doesn't matter. people getting interested in the hobby, I think it's a great thing. I don't really care how old they are or just what, you know, coming into the hobby and enjoying it for what it is, or if they have a particular interest. That's a great thing I like about this. So there's something here for everybody. I think you and I have kind of mentioned that before. So, you know, that's a really great thing. You should be real proud of yourself. And you know, I just got looking at this as well. This makes number 4 contacts, Rick. So that means you've just now become a regular. So later on, we're going to be throwing some confetti and having a party, but it'll be in your honor there, okay?
Achieved regular status. I will try to make it a little more often. Not quite so long between contacts this time. I had tried once before, and I couldn't find where you're at. When the live stream running at the time, and I ran up and down the band several times and couldn't find you. So I didn't know if you were just not on the air that night or what was going on. And then, like I said, things kind of got bogged down, and this is the first time I've had a chance to get back and chase you down, as it were. So, like I said, I'll try to be back a little more often than every, 4 or 5 months.
Well, a lot of it's just been on me, just because things have gotten in the way and what have you. So don't beat yourself up about it, of course. I don't get out here as much as I'd like to. We're trying to make this an every night thing, and then you know, some of the programmed things we're involved in as the fall is starting to approach is starting to cut into some of that time. So again, if I'm on the air in the evenings, Rick, we're going to be on the live stream. So, and I know you've already subscribed to the channel and you get the notifications. Again, I don't have a particular spot, you know, on the band. We're just trying to find a clear, open area that doesn't interfere with the other operators, and then that's kind of does it. I kind of like this one, but that doesn't mean that, you know, next time there's not going to be somebody nearer to this, and we don't want to get in the way, so we kind of move around whatever we have to do to find a clear spot. So, you know, that's really about it, you know, as close as you can get, but that's really the easiest way is to you know, to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. At least you'll know that we're live and we're going to be on 40. And of course, if you see the stream, we pull up we have the frequency there, so it's pretty easy to find it at that point. But there's not much more you can do. But you haven't been out here a lot, or we haven't hooked up a lot, and a lot of it's been on my side as well. So that's okay. We're doing it tonight, and we've got great signal. You've been 10 over just about the entire time. So I don't know if the band is a little bit short tonight or just what, but you definitely have the best signal going so far.
Well, that's always good to hear. I have made one addition to the shack since we talked last. Actually, I made 2 additions. The first one was a Swan Mark II amplifier. Used it for several months and just recently acquired a Heathkit SB220, which is what I'm using right now. Interestingly enough, I think, all things considered, I like the Mark II better than I do the SB220 for a couple of reasons. So I may actually go back to the Mark II and use the 220 as a backup. But I tell you what, Randy, I have monopolized your time, I think, enough. I'm going to take a standby and let somebody else get in here. It's definitely been good talking to you, and I will definitely try to get back in a little sooner. With that, I will say 7 threes on your final, and have a good evening. So, KF is 0 TM.
Well, thank you, Rick, and nice to catch up with you. Not a problem at all. You know, it's just like I said, it's just the way it is, and we'll get it in there, and we've got our chance to get a nice little conversation tonight. No worries at all, and I do appreciate you giving us a shout. I hope the band was a little bit better, but you know, again, you just don't know. It could be anywhere. We've got a few people here on the chat as well. Todd he just stopped in and say hi, and Steve did too. He didn't want to check in with it because the band is in and out. I know what you mean. But I did want to acknowledge that Steve came in here as well and hit us on the live chat, so that's pretty cool. But by all means, Rick, you know how it works. You hear us again, by all means, give us a call. Hope the bands will be in our favor. We'll be able to make that contact. We've had pretty good success so far, and I hope it continues that way. Thanks again. Always a pleasure to hear you out there. Glad to see things are working. Again, it doesn't hurt to have 2 amplifiers or 2 radios or 2 antennas and so on and so forth, just in case. So, that's just the way it works. So, anyway, you and yours, like I said before, be safe, be well, enjoy what's left of the Tuesday night, and I know we'll have a chance to talk real soon. Kilo Foxtrot 0, Tango Lima. This is Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, Rick. 7-3s. Okay, QRZ, we got any other stations? Come out with your call, please.
Whiskey Zero, X-Ray Alpha.
Whiskey Zero, X-Ray Alpha. Good evening, Kevin. How are you?
Oh, not too bad. I had my monitor on there for a second. I was hearing too much noise in my shack, but yeah, I haven't talked to you in quite a while. I don't have my logging program pulled up here, but I know it's been a little while.
Well, I'm showing August the 19th, and then we had 2 back in April. So yeah, we're about due. But I just had the same kind of conversation with my friend Rick out there in Indiana, and kind of the same way, just how it works. But him and you got something in common. This is number 4 contact for you in my log. So then again, you become a regular as well. So we're going to have a big confetti and a big part of your name here after a while. So congrats on that there, Roger.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. I check this frequency. Well, it's easier actually to go on YouTube and see if you got anything going on than scanning across the band, but it's not in terribly good shape. I mean, kind of up and down a little bit. You were 10 over for a while, and you went back down to 8, 5x8 or something like that. But that's the nature of the beast about this time of night, I guess.
Yeah, again, I didn't know what it was going to be like. It hasn't been the best, that we've had in a while. We've had better conditions, but that's okay. One quick comment here. I've got your page pulled up and got it on the stream, and you've got I don't know, maybe a couple of dozen of crappie sitting there on the table. Not sure how long ago that was taken, but interesting enough, that's what dinner was tonight there. Go ahead.
Yeah, those were last year. That was up on Lake Vermilion, up by Ely, Minnesota, quite a ways up. 4 of us, we were just kind of floating around. It was so hot, we didn't feel like doing a whole lot. So we were just floating around harbor fishing and ended up having a good time.
Oh, that's great. Well, a couple of weeks ago, a friend of mine and myself, we went in together and bought a 10-foot Pelican, a two-man boat, and the neighbor behind me has got a little bit of acreage, and he's got a 2-acre pond, and we've been out there on occasion to fun fish, and we were there last fall, and we caught 13 crappie that had 20 pounds of meat. If figure that calculation. So a couple of weeks ago, we went out there again, and we probably had 2 big nets full, probably around 22 or so crappie, and he took his half, I took mine half, and of course we put them in freezer bowls full of water at the very top, and then put them in the freezer. That way it's not going to spoil on you, and you don't get that freezer taste. We opened up a container this morning to let it thaw out, and the wife and I had some real nice crappie for supper tonight there. Go ahead.
Yeah, that sounds good. I'm going to head up to the cabin up in Park Rapids here on Thursday for a few days. We'll see how that goes. But I guess the water turned over up there from what I heard. I got to check that myself. But if that happens, that scatters fish all over the place. But oh well. So that sounds really fun with that Pelican. I know which one. I've seen those before, and that would be fun doing that. I know when I was down in Florida, we were in some of those little sand ponds and just fishing from shore, and we were catching all sorts of mackerel and pond juice and things. That was fun too. So I got quite a bit of fishing in this year, and hopefully that'll keep going for me.
Well, we've got ours decked out pretty good. Of course, we've got a 50-pound thrust trolling motor on the front. We've got a rudder that we can mount on the back, so that kind of keeps the rear end from blowing around in the wind. and I had a leftover Garmin 7300, so we've got Fish Finder on it as well, along with SideScan. And believe me or not, it really comes in handy. The SideScan, especially on this little pond, where you can actually see where the trees were located and the structure, and you just kind of dip down. And I was using a little spinning crappie jig, and it seemed to work for them. We just had a good time with it, so we've got it decked out pretty good. We're still looking for a small trailer that we can put it on instead of putting it in the back of the pickup truck, but we've got so many small watersheds around here. It's a great little boat for that, Roger.
Yeah, sounds like it will be or is. I've been doing quite a bit of fly fishing this summer too. That's been a lot of fun. That muskie that's on my page, I went once this year, and the rest of the time I was either walleye or doing something else. But it really doesn't matter, I guess, to me anymore. It's fun all the way around. But I just had the family come in the house here, and I'm gonna have to hit the road, I guess. But guess we're gonna do supper. So good to talk to you again. I will listen for you, and holler at you when I can. All right, Randy?
Oh, no problem, Kevin. I appreciate it. Hey, thanks for stopping by tonight. Like I said, the time gets away from us, and we haven't been out here as much as we'd like, or on a consistent basis like we would like. So we try to get out here when we can. And I've told people before, of course, if you just hit the notification bell on our channel, at least you'll know, when we're live, and then you can look on the live stream and see. We always put the frequency up and kind of find us that way. And it, 9 times out of 10 it works, but not a problem. Always nice to hear you. Hey, fishing is fishing, no matter what the species. Getting out on the water is the main thing, and it sounds like you did okay this summer as well. So you and yours be safe and be well. Nice to hear you. Feel free to come back again if you hear us out there, of course, and we'll tell some more fish stories. So anyway, 7-3 each for now, and thank you again for taking the time to give us a call. Whiskey Zero X-Ray Alpha, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, Kevin. 7-3s.
Yeah, thanks, Randy. You have a good evening. W0XA, I'll be clear.
All right, 7-3s. QRZ, and we have any other stations? Come on out with your call, please.
This is KA0 Echo Mike Delta, Denver.
Well, I guess we gotta get Denver. I mean, how often do we get that? So how about that? Kilo Alpha Zero Echo Mike Delta. Steve or Stevens, what shows here on the logger. Thank you so much for giving us a call. The name here is Randy, and the QTH. We are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead.
Okay, very good. Can you repeat that for me?
Which part? You want the call? Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0, red, white, and blue. And this is our third contact here on 40 meters.
Oh, well, that's great then. Then you've got me all looked up already, too. And my name is Steve, informal. And you had a great signal. I was in the next room doing something, and I heard you on, so I got back right in time for your call. And I'm running what's called the Alpha Delta Ultra Plus antenna. It's an all-band antenna. It's from 10 all the way down to the broadcast band. Over.
Well, that's great. Well, just to tell you, Steve, how the band is, you're going from 5 and 9 to 20 over, and then back to 5 and 9. So the band is having some fun with tonight. But boy, I tell you, when it's good, you're nice and strong, and when it's not, I still got a great copy on you.
Well, that's great. Thank you. It may stay in one condition for 5-10 minutes, and then change over for a few more minutes and back and forth.
Yeah, you're definitely right. Again, we got a little bit of a late start. We got out here just about 40 minutes ago, and we called CQ, of course, and first contact with Denton, Texas. Readable, little noise, of course, which is going on, and cleared. Second contact was just outside of Houston. So another contact in Texas, and then we've been to Ocala, Florida. We've been to Indiana a couple of times. We've been to Michigan, been to Wisconsin, and now we're in Colorado. So I can call.
Transceiver, please select I took off to plus 20 dB. So let me take a look at your signal now.
Well, you can if you want, but I'm able to hear you. I do have some QSB here on my end. We've got a lot of it filtered out with the digital noise reduction. That does help us a little bit. We kind of hear more of the QSO and not the noise, but just about every station so far we've been able to copy pretty good there. Go ahead.
Hey, Roger, you are a consistent 7 over 5 by 7, and creeping upward slowly. And you got it made. You're sounding good, even without the preamp on. And with the preamp for your S9 totally. So you're doing good, my friend. What is your name again?
The name here is Randy, and the QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. So the logger shows us a straight line between you and I of 587 miles.
Okay, very good. I think you said Randy. Randy?
Yeah, Romeo Alpha November Delta Yankee.
Hey, that's Roger. Hey, I got you first time. Okay. So that's great, Randy. You make a few more calls while the band still holds up. 40 hangs on till 9 or 10 o'clock our time. I think you may be an hour ahead of me. You're in Eastern Kansas. So, probably an hour or so yet to go. Hopefully, if the band's predictable.
Well, I like to think it is, Steve, but you can never tell. So it's going to do what it wants to do, and we just have to work with it. So that's just the way it goes. But hey, nice to hear you again. This will be our third contact, like I said, here on 40 meters. One more. You get 4 contacts in my log, you become a regular in my book, and we throw confetti and have a big old party in your name there. So we've got one more to go. So by all means, give us a call back. Nice to hear you in Denver. Nice to know that we're at least getting to the west of us here a little bit. Maybe it'll get stronger. It's hard to tell. But anyway, thank you so much for taking the time, Steve. Nice to have a chance to have a quick chat with you as well. And look forward to getting a chance to talk with you again here real soon. Enjoy the rest of your week, my friend, and I know we'll talk again. Kilo Alpha Zero, Echo Mike Delta, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s.
Okay, Randy. You have a good evening and a good week. It's still early in the week. We got half of it left, so you have a good one. My pleasure talking with you, and I think I remember your voice now. So you have a good evening and take care this week. K0RWB Radio Wideband with KA0 Echo Mike Delta 73, Randy.
Okay, Steve, thanks again, and I appreciate your time that we had a chance to chat, and I'll look for you again. We'll say 7-3s. Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Anybody else, please come with your call.
This is Scott in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Over, Randy.
Hey, Scott, I heard you in there. Give me your call again, if you would, please.
Sure. It's Kilo Oscar 4, Quebec, Whiskey Yankee.
Okay, Kilo Oscar 4, Quebec, Whiskey Yankee. Got you that time down in Bowling Green. My gosh, you mean the band is open that direction as well? Boy, I'm glad to hear it there. Go ahead.
Roger that. It's a nice evening here. We had a beautiful day, and I don't know if you've ever been to Bowling Green, but it's the home of the Chevrolet Corvette. Over.
We have been through there. I can remember, oh gosh, it's been several years now. We were actually you're going to laugh, we were on our way up to Munfordville, and we were down in Clarksville, and decided to kind of make a little jog up that direction, and had gone through there. My great claim to fame for Bowling Green is I stopped and got gas and a bite to eat there, Roger.
Roger that. Well, you know, it's a growing area. It's funny you say Mumfordville. That's where one of my sister-in-laws is from. Her and her husband. She's retired.
Well, we were hunting down a Volkswagen for a project with my brother, and he likes to drive, and he found what he wanted, and that's where it was. And so we started with one in Clarksville area, and ended up there. So if he did the driving, I didn't mind riding there, Roger.
Oh, that's for sure. When you get into those back roads up into that part of the state, the roads are narrow and roads in the middle.
Yeah, it is, but you know, it really is pretty country. I will say that. I did enjoy that. You know, you go through there at night, it's not any different anywhere else in the country. But we were going through there early afternoon, and it was really very nice. I had no complaints. Just, you know, when you're on this time schedule and you're trying to, you know, get things done and get there in place on a certain time frame, it does give you some limitations, though. Go ahead.
I fully understand that. You know, I'm medically retired, an old electrical engineer and CEO of power companies and communications companies. And the doctor said, you know, you really need to do something to challenge your brain because, unfortunately, it's progressing. And always liked radio, so they said, sure, try to get into ham radio. So far, so good, but the station's going a little slow, but it's fun. I enjoy it. Over.
Yeah, you know, it really is a great hobby. I've said it many times before, but there's something for everybody. There really is. You know, you stick a microphone in front of me, and I'm pretty happy. Whether that's good or bad, I'm not sure which. But you know, we've done some digital stuff. We've done some FT8 and those kind of things, and you know, that's really you know, growing and drawing a lot of interest. And of course, you know, RTTY and what have you. People enjoy, you know, making their own antennas, and I mean, there's a really big open scope of things that can be done here in amateur radio. We took a kind of a different dimension. We're doing the amateur radio here in the evenings, but we also have this live on YouTube. So we're actually live right now, and we're putting this on our YouTube channel, and it has opened some eyes for some folks. It's kind of fun. We've got our radio display that's up on our channel, so you actually see your signal strength. We've got our oscilloscope, so you can see your audio wave pattern. You know, if you can kind of see where the peaks and valleys are in your audio. And for the younger kids, the younger generation, I don't think they realize you could put these two mediums together, amateur radio and you know, YouTube live streaming. So they kind of thought that was kind of a cool thing. So we're having fun with it, and we're just going to keep on doing it there. Go ahead.
That's a good idea. I've got my own YouTube channel. I don't promote it a lot. It was primarily for gaming, like another hobby to try to challenge my brain to make the doctors happy. So wish you well on your YouTube channel. I've got it called up here. I'll take a look at it, and I won't hog the airwaves, Randy. I'll give a chance for somebody else to get on board. You have a good evening over there in Missouri. May God bless you, and we'll talk to you maybe in the future. This is Kilo Oscar for Scott in Bowling Green. Cleared.
Well, Scott, very nice to hear you, and nice to work you for the first time. We generally get out here 7 o'clock Central Time. Here on 40 meters in the evenings. Not every night. We try to get out here every night, but it doesn't quite work. But if you hear us out here, by all means, give us a call back. You know, get 4 contacts on my log. You become a regular in my book, and we just have a great time. We have a big confetti party in your name, and it's always a lot of always a lot of fun. And again, some people like a chance to hear everybody there on the air as well. We don't do 5.9 QRZ. This is not a contest, and we don't do 10 and 15-minute QSOs. We try to be respectful of everybody else's time. So we just trying to find a middle ground. I think everybody's okay with that and been appreciated. Thank you, Bobby, for the big signal tonight. We'll get a chance to talk with you here in a little bit. So, Scott, feel free to come back anytime you hear us out there, and we look forward to it. You had a great signal. First one in Kentucky tonight, so nice to know that the band is a little bit long, but it's short as well. So 7-3 to you and yours. Enjoy what's left of the Tuesday evening and the week ahead, and by all means, feel free to come back anytime. Kilo Oscar 4, Quebec Whiskey Yankee. This is Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, 7-3s.
73 to you too, Randy. Kilo Oscar 4, Quebec Whiskey Yankee clear.
Okay, sounds good, Scott. Take care. All right, let's see if he's out there. Maybe the conditions are in our favor tonight. The Whiskey 4 Tango Sierra Hotel. What is going on in South Carolina?
Well, it'd be okay if I was in South Carolina. That wouldn't be that bad. I'm in North Carolina at my home QTH there, Randy. You're 5'9", 59, or what? You was 5'9" into North Carolina. You dropped down to almost in my noise. I hope you're hearing me tonight. Just wanted to say hello. And I don't know, you was either S9, 10 over S9 there for a bit, but you just about talked the man out that last that last transmission. Well, I'll see if you copy me there first. K0, red, white, and blue, Whiskey 4 Tango Sierra Hotel.
No, Bobby, you're 10 over. Well, why did I say South Carolina? I'm thinking about Dr. Fred. What was I thinking? My apologies. I know there's a feud between the two of you. No, it's I've got Logger here too. You think I'd know better? I'm looking right at it, and it didn't register. I guess that's what the band is. No, you're 5'9", and then the 10 over, and then back down. That's just how the band has been the last hour. But you know what? I've had worse conditions. We're still able to make some contacts. We're down in Studio B tonight, so we're about 200 watts lower than we usually are. But you know, we're still getting out and we're still making some contacts. You can't complain too much.
Yeah, our dad, he came back up. You back up to S9 there, so the band's just up and down. But anyway, best I've heard you on 40 meters, I think. I don't think I've heard you with this big a signal, and that's a plus. But I'm just wondering where I am on your list there. I'm trying to make it up to 4 so I can be a regular there. Over.
Well, well, now I don't have anything for 8, 10, and 12. Just for 4, and you passed that in April.
Good Lord, man! Well, all this is for nothing, then. Over.
I always put the contacts there because you never tell. You know, we could have a QSO one time in the future, and we could just sit back and reminisce about all the different contacts on all the different dates. So I always put them in the log regard. All I do is just click the mouse, so it ain't that hard anyhow.
Hey, buddy. All right, I won't hold you in there. It's getting late, and I know you, or I want you to have the opportunity to make plenty of more contacts, because that really, Randy, I enjoy listening to you there. If I don't hear you when I get the alert that you're on YouTube, I look you up no matter where I'm at, and if I can, I'll listen as long as I can for sure. But anyway, sounding good. Alex has been sounding good also here lately. He has moved up above all of us for sure with that audio. I don't know what he's running, but he sounds like a broadcast station. Anyway, good to catch you again, my friend, as always, and sounding good. And we'll turn it back to you for a final and let you pick up plenty of more stations there tonight. Always good to hear you, Randy. Take care till the next time. Actually, I'm using a different mic too, so I would really have been a little bit selfish. I wanted to see what it sounded like when it's time for me to roll it back and listen to it. Catch you later. Have a good evening, and I'm sure we'll make it 10 or 12 more times if the man upstairs lets us. We'll catch you later, Randy. 73's from K0RWB. This is Whiskey 4 Tango Sierra Hotel. 73. Good evening.
Well, there's 20 over, and you're not leaving yet. I ain't done with you yet. Alex, he got the new radio, which is a 6400M. I think that's what you've got here in the picture on your page. And he's got it. He was going to get the equalizer for it, but didn't. He did some additional adjustments in the rig because he's running the Heil PR781. So that's how he's got it paired. And he's almost got me thinking about pulling the trigger on a 6400 myself.
Well, I tell you what, that's what I'm on right now. I'm on my 6400M, just like what Alex is running. I'm running a $20 microphone. It's made by Powell, not Heil, Powell with a P. Papa Yankee Lima Echo. It's cheap mic, but it's an old name. But everyone seems to tell me that it sounds better than the RE20 that I normally run. So we'll see what we think about it later. But you won't go wrong if you're looking for SDR radio. It's completely SDR, and I know your Yaesu FTDX10. It's a hybrid. It's not completely SDR. They even though they're on the top of the Sherwood list, the Yaesu is. I don't see how, but Flex stayed up there for a while there alone by itself, and I love mine. That's all I can tell you, over.
Well, we were certainly giving it a little strong consideration. We got to get a couple things that have got to happen before that does, but we're looking at to have a different kind of a home base radio. Nothing wrong with the radios. I mean, here I like the FTDX10. I like it so much I got two of them. But it's a great radio. Don't get me wrong. But after hearing Alex and seeing the display, and I like having that 8-inch monitor that's on the radio itself. That's pretty cool. So I'm really curious what it would sound like, because we're on the same model radio, Bobby, but on this rig we're running the Heil Elite Pro Elite headset. So I know it's going to have a little bit different tone than what the PR781 is upstairs, but be curious to see how this would work on the Flex. But I'm sure it could get dialed in. But anyway, that's the way it goes. Also, if you have a chance, or if you haven't done it yet, go to the channel, or not to my channel, but go to the QRZ page. We've got just a little intro briefing on our special event in December. I really hope you'll have a chance to work it with us. We'd like to have you in the log for that, and we'd love to send you out a card as well, of course, if you so choose. But anyway, you get a chance to see that. I just kind of a little bit of a teaser, wanted to get it out there. So people, can either say yay or nay, or maybe it'll get some interest. But, Christmas will be upon us before we know it. So we wanted to start getting the information. We did make it in time, though, Bobby. We are going to be in December's issue of QST Magazine. Our event will be listed, which would be pretty cool. So hopefully you'll have a chance to stop in and check in with us. Always nice to hear you here in the evenings. If I actually went back and looked, I think I see probably about 14 contacts so far, but again, who's counting? 20 over signal. I hope it holds that well for me is there on your end, but if not, it is what it is. My apologies for the geographical error, North Carolina, not South Carolina, but always nice to hear you. Thank you for the heads up in the chat there as well. That always lets me know it. So we'll say 73s and talk to you again real soon, I'm sure. Whiskey 4 Tango Sugar Hotel, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care.
Yeah, okay, Randy. Okay, no problem on the South Carolina deal. I'm originally from Greenville, South Carolina, and that's still my home. I just got stuck here due to work about 21 years ago and dug some roots, and this is probably where they'll put me in the ground there for sure. But anyway, yeah, I'd already knew about your special event, and we are most definitely looking forward to it. And we'll be right in there. If it's at all possible. You know for sure we will be. And like I said, you won't go wrong with the Flex. I actually got my beast station is I probably told you before, it's a 7610 ICOM, and I like it, but I like the Flex for the receive. I think as far as the transmit, I mean, if you're putting out a kilowatt on one and a kilowatt on the other, they probably no different. And as far as the high mic, I have a friend runs a 6600M, and he runs the PR781, plus you hear a lot of them running the high mics on the Flex radio. Anyway, take care, my friend. Good night, and I'm sure we'll make 14 more if it's any way possible. I try to let you rest a little bit. I like to give everybody else opportunity also, and that helps you on YouTube and so forth. And because, you know, we know who you are and where you at, my friend. Take care, and good night. Till the next time. K0RWB W4TSH. Bye-bye.
All right, Bobby. Thanks again. Appreciate it. Yeah, I have no doubt that we'll have 14 more. No problem. Whiskey 4 Tango Sugar Hotel. Didn't even have to write it down. Got it all memorized. Take care, 7-3s. And we'll go ahead and clear. We'll say QRZ. Any other stations? Come with the call, please.
Kilo Bravo 5, November, Juliet Foxtrot.
Let's see. I think it was a Kilo Bravo 5 station.
Roger, Kilo Bravo 5, November, Juliet Foxtrot. Name here is Paul, Papa Alpha Uniform Lima, QTH is Minot, Mike India November, Oscar Tango, North Dakota. How copy?
Oh, thank goodness for Minot. I cannot remember the last time I've had a chance to work North Dakota or even Minot for that matter. So, Paul, thank you so much for that. Well, the name here is Randy. The QTH, we are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. So the logger says straight line, we're 730 miles away. And I cannot remember the last contact we've had in the North Dakota or even in Minot. So I'm glad to hear you out there tonight. Go ahead.
Okay, Randy. Well, glad we can make this acquaintance here. And kind of says not too good for North Dakota for HF, but I'm a big HF guy and really enjoy making people's days when they hear Minot, North Dakota, up here in the northern tier area. So, but you got a beautiful signal. I was just listening to your last QTH there, and you're really a 5.9, like plus 20 here into Minot, North Dakota. Beautiful, beautiful signal. Go ahead.
Well, I appreciate that, Paul. Again, you just don't know what the band is going to be like. You know, it could be in really great shape or just not. It's been up and down. I'm sure if you've been out here for any time, you've heard that as well. Signals have been strong. We just finished with Bobby in North Carolina. That's probably the QSO you heard last. And he was 20 over and then dropped down to 5 and 9. And this is kind of how it's been most of the night. But generally speaking, just about every station we've had, we've been able to copy quite well. We did have a quick QSO with Ocala, Florida. It was a little tough, but, you know, we were able to at least get what we needed done, so we certainly like to count that as a contact. And if you've been in Minot at any long period of time, I'm sure you've heard of Why Not Minot, and that's the big joke, of course. We've been a little bit north of there, of course, up at the air base. Did a couple of temporary duties up there. Luckily, it wasn't in the winter time. Winters can be a little tough, as I'm sure you've probably know firsthand. But, you know, I will say this, though. It really is great country. People are always going to kind of, you know, say like another flyover state like Missouri, but it is really beautiful country. And, you know, if you want to stretch out and spread your wings, it's a great place to do it there, Roger.
Yeah, 100% copy. Yeah, Randy, we've been up here since 2003. We are an Air Force transplant. Got here in 2003. We retired in 07, and my wife and I, we decided to stay here. We homestead here. That's the longest we've ever lived anywhere with the Air Force. Decided to retire. Worked for Boeing for about 8 years while they were here, upgrading the facilities and the launch facilities. Did that for about 8 years. Worked to fly for those guys and picked up a civil service job, doing exactly what I did while I was in the Air Force for 23 years. So we love the job, love the people, love what I support, and it's nice to continue to carry on on a career with the active duty members. So anyway, I know there's a few other stations out there, Randy, that did call in. I don't want to hog the band here and the signal. But Randy, I didn't get your call sign, and if you don't have a card for Minot, Randy, I 100% QSL favor full NAT. I would love to send you a card from the Minot area. We're running an ICOM 7300 into an inverted V about 35 feet up, and right now I think we're pushing about 60 watts. So that's the equipment status there. But I'll turn it back to you, Randy. If I can have your call sign again, that would be great.
Yeah, no problem, Paul. And did copy the working conditions. Lots of 7300s out there. We actually had one in January for a few months, and we used it to help finance another radio to stay within the same manufacturer, so we didn't have to worry about changing out amp cables and different microphones and so forth. So we stayed with the Yaesu at that point, but no discounts and no disappointments with the 7300. A very, very good radio, and did copy the inverted V at 35 feet. Not much different with us. We're 38 foot off the side of the tower. We've got one leg pointed toward Washington State, and the other one's pointed toward San Diego, so not in the best configuration, but you know what? It works, and we're not going to mess with it. Again, the call here is Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo. K0 red, white, and blue is the call. And we do have you live here on YouTube. We do a YouTube live stream here whenever we're on 40 meters in the evening. Nice to get you on the channel. And if you'd like a chance to listen to our QSO, the name of the channel is our call sign. We do have a link on our QRZ page, or you can go to YouTube, go to the search bar, and type in our call. Look for the video with today's date, and we would be roughly an hour and 7 minutes, or about 5 minutes in, give or take. Give a look and a listen. Love to have you there on the channel, and hopefully you'll come back again real soon there. Go ahead.
K0RWB, KB5, NJF. Back to you, Randy. Well, sounds good. I'm actually here right now in the shack. Actually, I just brought it up, and that's actually quite interesting. I've never heard anybody doing a live streaming for a QSO, but that's quite interesting for sure. But I see you right there. I do not have my camera on, but very, very interesting to see the signal and everything else on screen. Pretty interesting stuff. Well, Randy, I will definitely 100% QSL. Look you up there in QRZ and get your card. At least you can confirm Minot. Like I said, if you don't have a card for Minot, I'm glad to be here first. So anyway, I know there's other call signs out there that are looking to grab you. Don't want to hog the frequency, like I said. So, Randy, I will say 73s. Thanks again for the equipment status there. And we look forward to maybe meeting you another time down the log. K0RWB, 73s from Kilo Bravo 5, November, Juliet Foxtrot, Minot, North Dakota. 73s, Randy.
Oh, no problem at all, Paul. Again, give a look and a listen. We enjoy doing this. I tell you, it does add another dimension of amateur radio. There are several others around the U.S. that are doing this. I got taught and brought into this from our friend Alex, who's down in Cutler Bay, Florida, Whiskey 7 Hotel Uniform. He's been doing a live stream for a couple of years, has quite a following. He got me interested in setup. One thing I like about doing this, Paul, is we're able to put our radio display onto the channel, and with our signal strength and the oscilloscope, sometimes there were people who were doing some adjustments with audio, and that's a great way to see where the peaks and valleys are on your audio. If that helps in some way, fine. I enjoy doing it. I think it's kind of a fun. We don't get a chance to hear ourselves on the air very often. This is one way of doing it. And I think the young kids enjoyed it as well, taking two mediums and putting them together, amateur radio and YouTube. So, yeah, we got the live stream. So we're on 40 meters in the evenings, Paul. We're live streaming. So if you ever want to know where we're at, hit that little notification bell. I've enjoyed it. I hope you have as well. Nice to chance to work you from Minot. Boy, you really made my evening. I do appreciate it very much. And you feel free to come back anytime. Kilo Bravo 5, November Juliet Foxtrot. This is Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo 73s.
73s, Randy. Take care.
Okay, QRZ, any other stations, please come with your call.
November 7, November Sierra X-ray.
November 7, November Sierra X-ray. Good evening, Brian. How are you doing? Well, now, Brian, I know the band isn't in the greatest shape, but you can't drop off on me just yet. Turn your volume up or put another quarter in the box there. Go ahead.
Did I lose you?
Well, I'm hoping we haven't lost each other, but, you know, the band is in the greatest shape. But, hey, we'll just keep trying it again there. Go ahead.
Okay, well, just a quick check-in from Madison, Indiana. You copy?
Oh, yeah, I got you that time. That was really good. So you must have turned the volume up or added another quarter.
Well, maybe I have some power problems I'll have to check into, but I'll just make this quick. Great show tonight.
Well, that's great. I appreciate it. Again, you know, it's just been one of those nights where you just don't know what you're going to get. It looked like when we started here a little after 7 o'clock, as it didn't see much activity on the waterfall, and now I know why. It hasn't been the greatest of conditions, but hey, you know, it is what it is. We're still making contacts, and that you really can't ask for more than that there, Roger.
Yep, it's been up and down. I've really noticed it tonight, but yeah, it's good to check in with you guys, and hope to get you again there.
Well, let me ask you this real quick, and maybe it's not been an issue for you over the years, or maybe it has, but are there occasions where people have a hard time pronouncing your last name? Well, the only reason I mention that is I grew up in a little town in Iowa, and we had several families, and it never failed, especially at some of the high school sporting events, whether it was football or basketball or track, and the announcers always seemed to have a hard time with the last name. That's why I was just curious if you had that experience as well.
Well, here a lot in Indiana. But I grew up in Minnesota, and there's a lot of pages of Halverson up there.
Well, yeah, I think it's easy to pronounce, but, you know, it's just amazing. And there were several others in town that announcers always had trouble with, and we always made a comment about it. And I always thought it was a pretty straightforward last name, but it was just it was amazing how some of the announcers were really struggling. So it's no disrespect at all. I just thought it was interesting. I wasn't sure if you had encountered that issue or not, but you know, I guess it's that way all over the world there. Go ahead.
Oh, no, you don't have to tell me. I've heard 100 different pronunciations of my name, and I don't even care. That's fine. Just don't call me late for dinner.
Exactly right. I'm the same way. I've been called many things in my life, and I answer to a lot of them. So, you know, again, I even hey you, I'll answer to that one, or hey bud, or what. You know, I'm pretty good with those there, Roger.
Oh, yeah. Have I talked to you before? Do you
Well, we just had 2 crashes. I got part of that. I don't show a contact on my log. I am in Studio B, my alternate location, and I like to think the computer log is up to date. But we may have talked, but I don't show one in the log.
Okay. Well, if it's talk to you, I'll turn it back to you. Let most people in here.
Oh, no worries. Again, I'm just glad that we're able to make a few contacts tonight. And, you know, just the way the band has been, and, you know, most nights it's pretty good shape, but it's definitely been up and down this evening. But you know what, I'm not going to complain. We have gotten anywhere from Florida to so far to North Dakota and even into Colorado. So, hey, I'm not going to complain at all. But thanks for giving us a call. I appreciate it. For me, this is showing our first contact. By all means, feel free to come back again if you hear us out there. As I tell people, you get 4 contacts in my log, you become a regular in my book. So we just throw confetti and just have a great old party in your name. So anyway, if you hear us again, give us a call. Enjoy what's left for the Tuesday night and the week ahead, and hope to work you again real soon. November 7, November Sierra X-ray, Kilowatt Zero, Radio Whiskey Bravo, 7 trees.
Thanks, Randy. Yeah, YouTube channel is impressive. I'll check back with you. K0RWD 107.
All right. appreciate it. Thanks again, and thanks for the nice comments about the channel. Again, we're having fun. Okay, Kilowatt Zero Radio Whiskey Bravo QRZ. Any other stations, please?
Kilo Delta 9, November Uniform Bravo.
Okay, the November Uniform Bravo again, please.
Kilo Delta 9, November Uniform Bravo. Yourself?
Okay, got you that time, Scott. I couldn't quite get the first part. Was able to get the last there, so wanted to make sure we got it correctly so we could put it in the log. Kilo Delta 9, November Uniform Bravo. Well, thank you so much, Scott. Yeah, again, the name here is Randy, QTH, 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead.
We're located here in the very northwest corner of Indiana, right next to the city of Gary, Indiana, and we're probably maybe 20 miles southeast of the city of Chicago. There, go ahead.
Yeah, okay, and I believe it shows that you're in Griffith, Indiana, is that correct?
Roger there, yeah. It's about 7 miles south of the southern tip of Lake Michigan there, and probably 5 miles from the Indiana-Illinois border there. Go ahead.
Oh, wow. Well, I'm wondering, at your QTH, are you getting those northern winds off the lake getting pretty chilly?
Actually, we've been enjoying a couple of summer days here. We're supposed to have one more tomorrow, and then the bottom's supposed to drop out on us there. So we're kind of enjoying what little bit we're getting there. Go ahead.
I don't blame you. We've been that way as well. I think we're getting something about the same. We get a nice one tomorrow, then I think Thursday and Friday a high of 60. Which is really not too bad. Not going to complain comparing what we've had this summer, which a lot of us here in the Midwest have had. So, yeah, like you said, we just take it as it is. As long as we've got some time in the evenings, like we've had tonight, hey, great. One thing I do like about this time of year, and maybe you've got up there as well, Scott, is we've gotten rid of the humidity. And to me, that's the worst part. I'll take 90 degrees if you do away with the humidity. And luckily, that's kind of dissipated, and it does make it for some really enjoyable days there. Go ahead.
Hey, QSL on that there. Yeah, these last few days there, we've been taking care of the last few things there. The yard work taking place, putting all the stuff away. I hauled a bunch of firewood in to say there. We're getting all ready for, like you say, the hawks come down to Old Lake Michigan there. So, yeah, we'll take these days while we can, because I know they're kind of limited there. Go ahead.
Well, I was out here on the airways last Monday, and had a station that called in from Box Elder, South Dakota, which is kind of east of Rapid City, and they got some snow, and Box Elder got about 5.5 inches of snow, and I just got thinking, that's just a little bit too early in the year for me there, Roger.
Hey, QSL on that there. Well, a few years back there, I remember it vividly. We had the granddaughter here, and we had about inches of snow on the ground on Halloween there a few years back. So it does happen every now and then.
Yeah, and it just, I think that's a bad wake-up call to tell us that, yeah, the changes are coming, whether we like it or not. Well, we're a big fan and follower of the Farmer's Almanac, have been for years. And they're predicting, at least at our location, for a long, cold winter, which doesn't make me feel really good. So we're trying to do a little preparation the best we can here, trying to think a little bit out of the box of some possibilities. We do live out in the country a little bit, so we've got that to kind of deal with as well. So I'm hoping that this is the time that they were actually wrong, but you can never tell there, Roger.
I want to cut it short there, a little bit of QSP on the band. You go all the way from an S9 down to about an S3 there, and I'm probably doing the same thing on your end there. So before I lose you there, it's been a pleasure meeting you, sir, and hopefully we'll meet you again out here on the band there, no doubt. With that, we'll say God bless you and your fine family, and God bless America. Northwest Indiana. I'll be clearing your final, Randy.
Okay, Scott. No, I appreciate it very much. Thank you for taking the time to give us a call this evening. If you hear us again, by all means, give us a call. We'll have a chance to kind of pick up where we left off. We are running a YouTube live stream tonight as well, so our QSO is actually live, but it's also being recorded. If you're interested in hearing yourself on the air with our QSO, You can go to my QRZ page. I've got a link that goes right to the channel, or you can go to YouTube, put in my call, K0RWB, look for the video with today's date on it, and you could fast forward to about an hour and 17 minutes in, give or take. Scott, give a look and a listen if you so choose. We enjoyed. Hope you do as well. But feel free to come back anytime. Kilo Delta 9, November Uniform Bravo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Take care, 7-3s.
7-3, sir.
Okay, QRZ, we got time for a couple more calls. Any other stations, please?
Whiskey Bravo 3, Lima, Golf Charlie.
I believe you said Whiskey Bravo 3, Lima, Golf Charlie. Is that a Roger?
Affirmative. The name here is Steve. I'm in Delaware, over.
Okay, Steve. Well, thank you so much. Boy, let me look here real quick. Man, we've almost got ourselves a tie. You got it by 2 miles. The longest distance we had so far was Ocala, Florida, and you just beat it by 2 in Wilmington, Delaware. Nice to hear you this evening. The name here is Randy, and the QTH, we are 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. There, go ahead.
Oh, very good, Randy. And I've been listening for a while I was working on the computer, trying to get a video sampling program working. And I think I finally found out that I turned something off in Windows that won't let you do what I was looking for. I finally got back to getting it going. Oh well. I guess that's why I don't like Windows, over.
Yeah, you know, I've heard that. I've heard from different camps the pros and cons of Windows, and of course all the progressions over the years. I guess it's kind of a necessary evil there, Roger.
This WB3LGC. Yeah, I had it turned a GPS, and it was going to do an update, and I don't think it ever did. Fortunately, I had another GPS I could plug into the computer, and that one had no problem at all. So I don't know what it did to the GPS.
Well, you know, I'd like to see a little more consistency and continuity. We have several different machines with different versions, and they all seem to do things a little bit different than the other ones do. We've got our main computer, which has the most current on it, and I find that some of the older versions are easier to work with and have less issues than the newer versions are, Roger.
I'm not sure whether I lost you or not, or you probably not copying me. I'm only running 100 watts. You faded out. I'll say 7-3. It was good to chat. Get on your show, over.
Yeah, you just came out really good that time. You've been 5 and 5 to 5 and 9, Steve. That's just how the band is. And, you know, we're running just about 500 watts, and it doesn't really seem to make much difference. So your 100 watts is probably no different than my 500 there, Roger.
Yeah, I just hear you barely. You're still coming through. I can copy you. And I guess it helps having noise reduction or something, too, because you're just a little bit above the noise.
Yeah, no worries. Well, feel free to come back again anytime. Hopefully the band will be in better shape at that point, and we'll look forward to it. But anyway, thank you so much, and yeah, thank you for getting on the live stream. I'd like to have you on the channel. That was pretty cool, and feel free to come back anytime as well. I know the band will definitely be better because it can't get much worse. So anyway, enjoy the rest of your evening. You and yours be safe and be well, and we'll look for you again. Whiskey Bravo 3, Lima Golf Charlie, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thank you, Steve. Have a good night. 73s.
WB3LGC 73. I got your notes down.
Juliet,
what
Lima
frequency
Echo.
you're on, and I've got your channel. So if an evening I'm looking for someone to talk to, it's a great way to have
Yeah, let him clear, guys.
down. 73. Thanks to the QSO, and have a good evening. WB3LGC clear.
Okay, Steve. Appreciate it very much. Again, I hope the conditions will get better for us next go around. So you take care and 73s. Go ahead and clear with Steve, and let's see what's happening in South Carolina tonight. Whiskey 4, Juliet Lima Echo. It's been 5 or 6 weeks, so nice to hear you tonight. There, go ahead.
Well, it's good to get back in here. The baseball playoffs are going, and tonight the game ended early, so I got a chance to get in here. Once the World Series is over, if the Braves make it, tonight they had a chance to win and they messed it up. But anyway, we got a different headset on, so you might comment if you notice any difference at all in the signal there, over.
Well, the signal has been about the same, but the audio has a little bit more bass in it. Good, to the good, actually. Not bad, good. We're in Studio B tonight, Dr. Fred, and so we've got, we're running, of course, we have the two FTDX10s on the same antenna, of course. We are tied into all the antennas in either location. 500 watts versus 700 or 1200, whatever we so choose. And then down here we have the Heil Pro Elite headset. So a little bit different element, but yeah, I think it sounds okay there. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we were sitting here looking at the connections on this little Zygo. Turns out that they were identical to the headset that we had on the 7100. So we just swapped it on over here and got the little, this is the one earpiece Traveler headset that's got the same microphone as the two-ear deal. Anyway, good to hear you. The band's not quite as good as it has been, but you're coming through nice 5-9 clear signal, so no problem there. Don't hold it too long. I know there's a lot calling to 2-0, red, white, blue, W4JLE.
Well, how cool is that microphone will work on that radio as well? That boy, I talk about hitting a home run. That is just too cool. I think it sounds great. Of course, you know, you can always go back and listen to it. But no, I think that's pretty cool. I'm just wondering, hey, what else will work on this rig that you can bring over to it there, Roger?
Yeah, well, we're still playing with it. I've got the software almost completed. I've totally rewritten the package there to put this on streaming like what you do. But I just didn't like any of those packages. I guess the thing is I'm not very good at operating somebody else's software. It's just easier for me to write my own, and then I know how it's supposed to work.
No, I certainly understand that. I was just gonna ask you how's that coming along with the software? Or I mean I haven't noticed, or you haven't said anything. Have you gotten the stream up and running?
I've got the portion running that displays the audio and all that kind of stuff. The only thing that I've got left to do is to get the picture in there and also add some of the scrolling across the top. But I haven't got that part finished yet.
Well, and it sounds like it's still a work in progress. Have you got a name for the channel, or have you been putting anything on YouTube yet?
It's just going to be W4JLE on the air.
Oh, very cool. That should be easy to find. You know, that was the hardest thing for me to figure out in the beginning, and I don't know why. And Alex said, no, just make it simple. Make it your call sign. I would have, and again, that's kind of the last thing I would have thought about, but now that I did, it kind of makes sense there. Go ahead.
Okay. All right, guys. Let me let you run so you can get some of these other folks that are hollering in and they get an opportunity. I've been on here enough times. Good to hear you again, and hopefully we'll hook up a dozen or two more times in the future there. So good to see you, and come aboard.
Well, you know, it's always nice to hear you out there, and I didn't know if you'd heard or not, but we've got a special event coming up in December. Myself and I've got 4 other operators, Alex being one of them. Over the Christmas time frame, I put a little teaser on my QRZ page. Give a look at that if you want, and hopefully we'll get a chance to work you. I hope you'll have a chance to get out there to work us. We've got some operators from around the country that are going to be helping us out. We also are listed in the December issue of QST magazine, so that'll have that event listed as well. So it'll be the Christmas Train 2021. So we know we've got some time yet, but you know time flies here, so we're just trying to get some of the info out and maybe get a little bit of interest in the meantime. So anyway, give a look at it, see what you think, and I'm sure as time goes on, we will have a chance to chat some more. I know we will, and by all means, anytime. Always enjoyed talking with you. You and a couple other stations have really kind of helped me down the road with this, making sure the thing still works. So anyway, 7-3s, nice to hear you from South Carolina. I want to correct myself with Bobby in North Carolina, so South Carolina. So anytime, anywhere, you know that. We always enjoy talking with you. Whiskey 4, Juliet Lima Echo, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo. 7-3s.
7-3.
Okay, I got time for one more call. I got 1 quarter left, and that's it. We'll see if we've got any stations left. I got time for one more call. QRZ. Hey, this might work out great. I don't have anybody calling in. We'll try it again. K0RWB, Kilowatt 0, Radio Whiskey Bravo, QRZ, any stations.
November 5, Zulu, Tango, Whiskey Delta 9, Charlie.
Okay, the November 5 station again, please.
November 5, Zulu, Tango, Whiskey.
Okay, I got it that time. November 5, Zulu, Tango, Whiskey, which showed up on my live chat number, but it didn't show up on my logger. Okay, I got it that time. Well, good evening, William or Bill, which is what the log is showing us. Our third one tonight in Texas. Man, something's going on in Texas there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Well, you're 5 by 9. A lot of QSB, sometimes you fall over like you really do when you get on about 5 by 3. Well, most times you're 5 by 9. And yeah, I'm here in North Central Texas. I'm at equal distance between Abilene and Fort Worth, 90 miles from each city. And just running 100 watts to a trap vertical mounted on a chain link fence as a counterpoise. Over.
Hey, well, that's great. Hey, you know what? Whatever it takes to make it work, it works. That's the cool thing. And you can get away with that on 40 meters. Maybe not some of the other bands, but I think that's very cool. Well, the name here is Randy, Steve, or excuse me, Bill, and the QTH. We're 35 miles east of downtown Kansas City, Missouri. And we've also got our live stream up here on YouTube. So we're on the air, and we're live streaming as well there. Go ahead.
Oh, very good. I guess I'll check that out later and see how I sound on your end then.
Well, if you can get past the QRM, you know how that is. If you got it on your end, you know I've got it on my end. That's just what's going on tonight with the band. But, you know, generally speaking, everybody has been above the noise. It dips down, it comes back. You know, it's just the way it works, but, you know, no complaints. We'll work it the best we can there. Go ahead.
Yeah, very good. Well, you're right on. The needle's just sticking right on 5.9 and for the most of the time, and then every now and then it'll dip down. That's just what the QSB is like. I don't have any QRM here tonight where I am. I got a lot of noise, but I've got one of these SPDX3000 Yates radios, and it's got really nice noise reduction. It works real well. I'm real happy with that. Over.
Yeah, they are good radios. We've got 2 locations here in the shack, or so to speak, in the house. We have Studio A, which is upstairs. My friend Todd has named those. And we are currently down in an alternate stack, which we call Studio B, running the Yaesu FTDX10. We have one here and one in Studio A. We are tied into all the antennas in either shack, so we have a 40-meter dipole about 38 foot off the side of the tower currently. And we're running down here, our amplifier is an old 10-tick Hercules 2 solid-state amplifier. Runs off a 12-volt or power supply, of course. Nothing real fancy, but it works for us there. Go ahead.
The wind conditions are okay. I've seen better, but certainly you're making the trip here to Texas, which is nice on 40 meters. But as it gets later, it's starting to go away. And that last time that you were drifting between 5.3 and 5.9, a little bit plus. So that's just the way the band is. Some real deep QSP. But very good. All right, I know you wanted to go, and that was the last QSO, so I'll let you go, and we'll catch you again. I guess you're on quite a bit from what it sounds like, so we'll catch you further down the log, and you have a good evening, Randy. W0RWB from November 5.
Yeah, okay, Bill, no problem at all. And we do appreciate you giving us a call this evening. Yeah, great way to end it here in Texas. We've run out of quarters, so we have no more quarters to put in the machine, so it's going to cut us off here pretty soon. Yeah, we're here on 40 meters generally in the evening. We try to start about 7 o'clock Central Time. We try to make it every night. Sometimes there are some nights we're not able to. So if you hear us here on 40 meters, we're live streaming as well. So we try to do that every time we're on the radio, especially here on 40 meters. So if you hear us again, give us a call and look for us again. If you're interested in listening to yourself on the air on our QSO, you can go to my QRZ page. I've got a link, takes you right to my channel, or you can go to YouTube, go to the search bar, put in my call, Kilowatt 0 Radio Whiskey Bravo, K0RWB, red, white, and blue, and look for the video with today's date and about an hour and 30 in, give or take. So you and yours be safe, be well. Bill, thank you so much. Come back again anytime you hear us out there. Love to have a chance to work you. Hopefully the conditions will be better as well. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your evening. November 5, Zulu Tango Whiskey, Kilowatt 0, a Radio Whiskey Bravo. Thanks again, 7-3s. Okay, K0RWB, we're going to be clear, and in QRT, the frequency is open.